that ended. Like, seriously, just so abrupted, no epilogue or afterwards or anything like that. It's just ended. For those who didn't even read the manga, I feel like you saw this coming either way. You were in this kind of story, usually the sole, pure good person, they never survive. They never do. It shows how this world takes away the pure people, whether you become impure or you die being pure. And for Michu's case, that was it. Now, before I get ahead of myself, um, in the beginning where Michu was talking about Nana and how they should remember her soul's feeling hurt because Nana was a messy girl who liked to play games and stuff. So obviously the parents cleaned the room for her. So since they cleaned the room, they're always getting her about closing the window and also um, cleaning her room. Of course, the parents would do that. They'll close the window and stuff like that. Kids have this thing where they'll do their habits, their nasty habits, often, and because of that, the parents have created habits of cleaning up their messes by their tea. Good parents, anyway. So, say I leave my closet door open, and my parents don't like my closet door being open while I'm little. Not only they'll clean up my room for me sometimes when I'm sleeping, but also they'll close the door as well, the closet door. They do it all the time. Zach with her parents and didn't realize that her room wasn't messy. So the fact that they talked about the window, the fact the place was clean, the more and more I hear this, the more I feel like why was Nana's parents targeted? It could be if the enemies of humanity don't exist. Well, they are the talented. It makes you think: was Nana's parents' death set up? Was it really by the enemies of humanity or the talented? Was it by them? Who can say? That's an open mystery. Now, thanks to Michiru, that's the reason why she was, Michiru was, you know, out of it a bit, constantly thinking, manning her hand to her mouth like this the entire time. She was thinking about the entire situation. Of course, when kids, when it's terrible events when they're young, they often blame themselves when they get older for what happened, and they carry that guilt and trauma with them. Sometimes over to the day they die. So Michiru tried to show that it wasn't your fault. You're a kid. You're doing what normal kids do. So even that theory that Michiru created still is up in the air. So finally, Nana had some sense. She needed someone to let her know that it wasn't her fault. She needed someone to tell her that, hey, this is okay. You know, it sucks what happened, but it's not all the way her fault. She was just a kid. You know, that kind of pressure thrown on you at a young age is terrible. And now, thanks to Michiru, she has a bit of weight burden off her shoulders, which is good. So then they went to this little thing where they're buying each other stuff, and of course, spoiler, pen and knife. I swear that opening spoils so much. But then again, I guess if you, even without reading the manga, say you're watching the opening, but then you, as you watch the show, you realize the opening involves both the characters and what happens to them by the opening. It really does spoil a lot of what happens. For instance, they show Michiru with the pin and how it drops, and then it shows the bloody knife. Spoilers right there in the opening. Oh my god, what is this, fairy tale? Well, anyways, um, they found the killer because Jin said that how Michiru was being told for vital information. The killer was not the girlfriend Fuko, but actually um it was freaking Rentaro, one of the three guys that are the followers of Mago, the fire user. In his lecture, he left the window open so he could hear the lecture so he can have an alibi while killing his target. He has this obsession of killing these. This is one of the things that they were correct about the enemies of humanity, the talented, is that they do seldom do have a tendency because they have power and when they feel like they can get away with something, they'll do it. And they'll do it as long as they can until they get caught. If they get caught and they get a little punishment, they'll even try to do it even again afterwards. Because you have that power. You don't want to let go of that high. It became his own addiction. So Rentaro was a guy going around killing animals and then also killing the thing. However, I hate how I'm getting ahead of myself. So Nana was able to make a plan with Kiowa, and they were able to stop Rentaro. But however, it was kind of too late. Nana was dying, and it was actually up to Michiru to sacrifice herself. Michiru can heal physical wounds, and plus, the more of her life energy gives into someone, the more she'll be able to heal them. Because Nana was on the verge of dying, she couldn't do anything but to exchange. In a way, it was an exchange. So Michiru dies at the end, as predicted. That was sad, and Nana finally had someone she could trust and someone that she can open up to. But it was almost like karma biting her in the butt, in a way. So it's kind of like that. And so the problem with this episode was the ending. It ends on her crying for Michiru, but that's it. We don't see what Kyo is up to. We don't see what's up with Fuko. And it didn't mention, the guy who died, Fuko's boyfriend, had a slice on his, I believe, on his back or was his stomach or something, another wound on him. A lot of things were left open, especially the person that Nana was talking to. It shows how much this person she talks to on the phone has so much control over her, to the point where she immediately was nervous, then stuttering, and even bowing down, like as if he was there. That's how much control this guy has over Nana. And I just feel like the ending, if they kind of rush some things in between of this arc, tell you the truth, they rushed some things. I believe they could have had a better season ending. I'll be honest with you. It just ended like that, man. Just Mutru died and nothing. There was so much to the case that they didn't actually reveal at all. So even with 13 episodes, they were not able to fully wrap up everything. They missed out about this much to make it very satisfying. I thought it was going to end on them truly expanding the case, because there was more to it that happened. And I thought that's how they would end it. I would have been happy with that. But we didn't get that. We didn't get that little piece of information, which could have been vital. And also, we don't get to see more of Fuko's character. Like, they capture Rentaro, but what happens to Rentaro is the question. We don't know, because it just ended so abruptly. It's ridiculous. So, what are you going to do? Like I said, this is why the show needs a season 2. Yes, I was reading the comment section, and some people were saying, like, oh yeah, man, they're gonna go read the manga. However, it's really hard to find up-to-date chapters to this manga. In fact, Crunchyroll is just now putting it on their own thing, but who knows when they'll have all the chapters? Because I actually downloaded a manga app from a website. I had to download the app offline and then transfer it to my phone in order to activate it. It's called Super Manga. You can find them on Facebook, actually. And where you download, that's the only app that I know that has up-to-date chapters. And I believe the chapters consist of up to 50-some chapters. Another site has up to 42 chapters, but actually the Raws is up by 1 towards Super Manga. So if you want to continue off of this, go read the manga. It's pretty good. And plus, like I said, it gets better from the anime. It really does. With that being said, this needs a season 2. It really does. Hopefully it will get one. Fingers crossed. So that's the end of Nana. Despite this crazy controversial ride for me, where everyone hated my guts in the beginning of this ride. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Because, I can take it. But damn. I need to find another one like this again. See who much more people I can piss off. I just need to find out. So anyways, that's all I got for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrown on anime. Signing out.